Hi everyone and Assalamu alaikum. I am Ikra Lingan Mali, head of interview department and also a freelancer at Trehani School, Varangi campus. As you guys know, I do interviews on daily basis and the interview series is a part of Trehani School, Karangi campus. And I invited an amazing and special guest on my interviews and my podcast on daily basis. And as far as I completed my 200 plus interviews with different personalities, some are motivational speakers and some are entrepreneurs also. So today I have a wonderful guest, and her name is Lona Fink. So she is a CEO also. So Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, I'm thankful to you that you accept my invite. Okay, ma'am. So, can you please introduce yourself to my viewers and to my audience also?
Sure, absolutely. I'm Lana Fink, the CEO of Elevate Authentically. It is a coaching company helping you truly elevate to your next level, whatever that is with you. And I'll tell you a little bit more about my story a little bit later, but I'm super excited to be here today talking to each one of you.
Oh, that's great. I'm also excited to talk to you. Okay, ma'am. So, can you please tell me that what is your company and how does it work?
Sure, absolutely. My coaching company really is focused on either life coaching and helping you become that next version of yourself, whatever it is you're dealing with, if you're dealing with any fears or anxieties or anything else, just helping you truly understand what the potential is to get you into that next level. I also work with others on their communication skills. And the reason this is so important to me is because 4 years ago, when I was on Zoom during COVID, right? We were all on Zoom during COVID. I was delivering a leadership presentation and there were 300 people online and it was coming up to my portion, right? And I could feel my whole body reacting. My chest was beating so fast. I could hardly get the words out. And then I'm watching myself on Zoom and sweat is dripping down my face. I had a complete and utter meltdown, right? And then when the slides came up, they weren't the way I had given them to them, right? Like it was all confused and it wasn't my best. And as soon as that happened, I said I was never going to be in public speaking again. And I was never going to be in leadership again. I was done. And at the time, I was working in corporate America, right? Probably for well over 25 years already. And then a year later, I got my first Toastmasters International membership. Are you familiar with what Toastmasters International is?
No, I don't know about it.
So, Toastmasters International is a global public speaking uh, organization. And they help you with your confidence and they help elevate you and just get you to that next level. And so, the same employee resource group that I had that challenge with, where I said I would never be in public speaking and never be in leadership, gave out 61 free memberships. Can you imagine? So all of a sudden, right, I'm like, okay, I need to conquer this fear. Right? I need to be able to do this. And the first year coming in, it was June 1st of 2022 is when I got my email that said, welcome to Toastmasters International. And I have to tell you, I was like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I'm a complete fraud. I don't belong on this stage with other people that are well accomplished speakers. Right? I mean, these are worldwide public speakers. What am I even trying to do here? And it took me a few months, but I will tell you, with the help of an amazing mentor, Michelle, I was able to not only conquer my fear of public speaking, but also step into a leadership role within the club. And I became president of a brand new public speaking club I know nothing about. Can you imagine, like, all of a sudden, I'm now responsible for this club, the 7 executive members that we were, and then helping everyone else develop their public speaking. And we're all working in corporate America. Um, it was an amazing year. I will tell you, there were times where our club was counted out by the district and said, "Oh, don't worry, we'll catch them next year." We got the second highest level that year because everyone showed up and everyone told their life story. Everyone was able to be authentically themselves. And it was there that I realized what my passion truly is, and that's helping everyone tell their story, right? And everyone understand that we're all here together. Like, we all have stories to share. And every single time you tell a story, it could greatly impact someone else. So fast forward a little bit, I not only worked I was in corporate America for a while, and then I was part of a layoff, and that's how I developed my own coaching company, because I understand the value of being able to have that confidence to stand in a room of strangers and to let them know that you don't have to have all of the perfect words. You don't have to. The audience is going to remember how you made them feel more than anything else you say, right? It's all in how you make that audience feel. Do you make them feel engaged? Are you listening? Are you seeing their cues? And one of the most important things that I learned through my last 2.5 years as a Toastmaster, and now I'm a division director leading 20 clubs and over 400 members, right? So the amazing thing that you have with this opportunity is it's given me that ability to see myself as a leader, and now my own CEO of my own coaching company, because I know the value each one of us can bring to this world. So on top of my coaching company, I've also coached 3 TEDx speakers. You know TED, the red circle, right? Have you seen the TED speakers? So I've coached.
Oh, yes, I yeah, I watch daily TED Talk reviews,
Okay.
daily TED Talk video, and I also make a review on daily basis and also tag to the speaker.
That's awesome. I will tell you, I learned so much working with these 3 individuals. I also help coach other TEDx speakers because it's so essential that their story goes out. And if you think about it, if you can have your story go out in 10 minutes or less and make it global, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's what TED does. It forces you to compress and make sure you have the right message, and that your message is clear and concise and impactful, and that you're getting audiences worldwide no matter what the topic is. That's why I love also working with TEDx speakers. So I kind of do a little bit of everything. I'll do life coaching, I'll do communication coaching, and then yes, I will focus specifically with the TEDx group to help them really truly elevate to that next level. I love watching each one of them step out on stage and just that confidence and knowing that they nailed it when it's done. Right? And it doesn't have to be perfect. Trust me, we don't need memorization. In fact, I'll tell you all a little secret. When I first became president of a club, right? I'm president of a public speaking club that counts the ahs and ums, all of those filler words. And so I felt I needed to be perfect, right? You're perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, but I wanted to present myself as I thought I needed to. So instead of looking at the audience, I would pull up my talk track and I would literally read it. And they would watch my eyes going on the screen,
Amazing.
and it's like, and then all of a sudden my executive team said, "I dare you to give a speech without doing it first." And my initial response was, "I can't. I'm going to get off track. I'm going to get off topic. I want to make sure that you're getting the message." And they said, "But what if the message should just be that you speak from your heart?" And then my light bulb clicked on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's it. So
It's
ever since,
wonderful.
yeah, ever since then, I will have a talk track. I'll have some points I want to make. But the one thing I found is if you put up a slide and you have words on it, they're reading the words. They're not listening to you, right? They're trying to read, to get ahead, to take notes, to do whatever they think they need to do. So if I'm ever giving a presentation to a large auditorium, I might have some pictures behind me of how I'm looking for you to feel, right? Obviously, we're all going to feel a little bit differently,
Yeah.
but my notes or my outline will be given out as like a QR code that they'll be able to grab. I don't want them feeling like they have to take notes. I want them to be present. And that to me is the most important thing, is that they're listening. And obviously you're basing your reaction off of the audience, and if you need to take it back a little bit because you're talking to not a group of scientists, then you need to go a different direction. And there are times where you need to have words on the slide, and that's okay, right? I mean, there are things you have to deliver, and that's fine. It's just making sure that when you deliver it in a way that's not overwhelming. Because when you do, and you can reach almost every single person of that audience, magic happens. They're going to remember you. That's my biggest thing.
Yes, that's amazing and wonderful. And yes, the things which comes from our heart is a
Yes.
wonderful. And if you mention a TEDx, so I wanted to tell you that I love to watch TEDx on daily basis, and it's a my school task also that we watch TEDx on daily basis and make an amazing review. And it is my wish that I want to go through a platform, a TED Talk platform, and I want that what's in my heart, I wanted to tell to you people. Okay, so I have a question to you, like when you go to TEDx and give your speech, so what's in your heart at that time, like which topic you select?
So there's when you go to work in TED, right? I've personally not given a TEDx yet. I'm looking to maybe give one. I love to coach people on theirs. I do have what's in my heart and I can deliver it. For me, though, helping them, encouraging them, making sure that they have their topic. What tends to happen with the TED Talks is there are well over 3,000 TEDx events that happen worldwide, right? There's over 3,000 of them, local TEDx chapters. And either when you're submitting your request into the TEDx platform, either you submit it with your topic, right? And they'll align you based off of where it is, or they might have a group of people already in mind, and then they'll pull those together for a TEDx event if like the themes are the same. So it kind of all depends on what they're looking for, either the theme to be, or and for example, I'm trying to think of what the last one was. The doctor that I spoke to, and the doctor that I was leading, it was a TEDx Eustace this past January. Her story was about how the US medical field can sometimes play into allowing patients to be sick longer than needed because they're masking it instead of going to the heart of the problem and trying to fix what's happening with the patient, because it's all based off of patient satisfaction, right? So if I go in and I'm asking for something, and I get what I need from the doctor, then I'm going to be happy. But if I go in and the doctor asks me a hard question about my health, I'm not going to be as happy, right? And so her story was amazing because she was able to bring in a very controversial extremely controversial topic, right? And she made it so that it could be looked at by everyone and they would understand what's in her heart. And what's in her heart is to help everyone live a healthy life, right? Not just to mask what's happening behind prescriptions or something like that. And so that was one of the stories that I did. Another TEDx speaker that I worked with, her story was titled "Growing Up Jamaican," Jamaican and American, and then trying to live that line, right? Like where do I belong? And so that was her story, and it was amazing how we were able to pull both cultures together, and she was able to connect. I can't tell you how many different ethnic groups came up to her afterward and said, "Your story resonated with me because when you spoke in your grandfather's voice, I heard my grandfather speaking to me." Right? And these types of things. And then the third TEDx speaker that I worked with, he talked about surviving the AI apocalypse. Hmm. So this is very interesting. This is an older gentleman, and what he said was, in school, we're teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic. You know that, right? That's what we teach, right? This is what we teach all the time. He said, but AI can do it better, faster, smarter than any of us, and pretty much more accurate. So his story and his request was that we go back to innovation, imagination, and inspiration for our kids so that they can truly become the leaders that we need them to be, because AI is going to do all the work, right, that we need AI to do with all the financials and all that type of stuff. But if we can have our kids imagine out and think outside the box, things that we can't train AI to do, that's how we're going to develop leaders. And so these are
Yes.
just like three different examples of the speeches that I helped coach. It was, each one was amazing.
Oh, wonderful and amazing. What was the third one name?
The third one was named Surviving the AI Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to
Okay,
look
like
it
why
up.
I am asking it to you, it is
Yes.
just because that I am from Rihani school, and our mentor, his name is Sir Rihan Lawala, and he's also go on a TEDx, and we. I am also from AI school where we learn AI skills and watching daily TED talks, reviews, videos, and do interviews on daily basis. So that's why I asked you.
Okay.
Okay, so can you please tell me about your three wishes in your life?
Three wishes in my life. Um, I wish that there could be world peace. That's number one. I want unity, love, and light throughout the world. And I know that there's a lot of challenges right now, and I just want us all to live with compassion and love. That's one wish. The second wish that I have is that everyone can forgive. And I will tell you, for me, yes, it's important to forgive others, right? To forgive others, because that way you're not weighed down by whatever happened personally. But the transformation that I went through is when I forgave myself. So my second wish to everyone is that they can forgive themselves for not being perfect, because each of us has an image of how we're supposed to show up every day, whether it's a parent, a spouse, how we work, whatever it is. And trust me, there are plenty of times I got the Mother of the Year award and I was pointed out to by my kids, and that's okay, right? I forgive myself though for everything, because I know no one's perfect. And to me, if everyone, my wish is that if everyone can forgive others and forgive themselves, the world will be so much better. And my third wish, and this is one that comes directly from my heart, is that everyone feels God's love and light in their life. Because once you're able to completely feel um, the love that God has, and I will tell you personally, for over 30 years, I didn't speak to God. And He was there when I needed Him. And He welcomed me home and He forgave me. I know the power of God's love and light. And so, my third wish is that every single person throughout the world knows this and can feel it, no matter what culture or religion you come from, right? That He's there, He has a plan for you, and that you just need to trust Him. Those are my wishes.
Wonderful. That's amazing. The third one wish is wonderful and amazing. I love it. Okay. Okay. So, like, we talk about some journey and some TEDx, some points related to TED Talk and wishes. So, can you please tell me that where you are right now and some of your some favorite dishes in your place?
Some tradition. What were you asking?
Some dishes, your favorite dishes.
Oh, some of my favorite foods. Okay.
Yeah.
I live right now in South Florida. So if you don't know where that is, it's in the US. And the crazy thing is I was born in Minnesota, which is in the Midwest, and it's very cold there, if you don't know. There's a reason why I live down here in South Florida. I've been down here since 1998. And so I teased my kids that I'm just as much Floridian because I've lived over half my life here, right? So I get to tease them. My favorite foods, I am a creature of habit. And so I tend to mostly eat salads and chicken and just make things very simple. I don't, I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't cook. I There was a fire back quite a few years ago in my childhood memory that I believed I may have been banned from the kitchen. So therefore, I enjoy the meals that others make for me. I can cook. I can. It's when I cook, I need to have the exact ingredients. Do you understand that? Like, I want the exact ingredients, I want the exact amount because I want it to taste how it's supposed to taste. And watching my mother cook, it's she throws in this and then she grabs something from the fridge that's not even on the recipe and it tastes better than it did before. And I'm like, what did you add? Oh, I don't know, honey. I just grabbed something out and I just threw a little dollop in. Well, how are you going to be able to? Yeah. So her recipes are hard to follow. But that is
My
her.
mother also do that.
I'm like, how do you know? Like a dab of this and this. I'm like, you're like
Yeah,
throwing stuff over your shoulder. Like, what are you doing?
yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I think every mother do that. Okay, so like my interview time is ended now, so can you give me a last advice to me and to my viewers also?
My advice to each one of you is to know that perfection isn't real. And when you speak from your heart, no matter what it is, everyone is going to listen to what it is you have to say. Because for me, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a college degree. Both of my kids do. I don't. I jumped right into corporate America after doing what I needed to do for family. And I spent 27 years there, right? I know the importance of education. I also know the importance of confidence, especially in women. And growing up, I had none, less than none, right? I mean, if you would see pictures of me growing up, you would be like, that's not the same person that you are today. And my biggest thing is when you're able to understand yourself internally and show up, then your confidence is going to shine through. And I was determined to break the cycle for my daughter. um, so that she would have the confidence, right, to do what she needed and always feel loved and cherished. And so for me, it's all about becoming who you're supposed to be, right? Whoever that is. And that's why I named my company Elevate Authentically, because there's no magic potion, there's no magic pill. But if each one of us knows that we can elevate to whatever that level is we want to get to, imagine how we could change the world, right? I know you're working with some amazing, amazing people right now, children and kids that have these goals and dreams. If we could just have one or two of them come true, wow, right? The magic that would be. And so for me, it's don't worry about perfection, speak from your heart, and know that God loves each one of us.
Oh, yes, that's wonderful and very amazing advice. And yes, we don't go for perfection. Okay, ma'am, thank you so much for giving me your precious time. Take care of yourself, and from my side, bye bye. Thank you so much for
Thank you
accepting
so
my
much.
invite. I really enjoyed it. Bye
Okay,
bye.
thank you. Bye bye. Good luck. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.